Hi, I'm Lauren Cristaldi with CEO Matrix, and today I'm going to show you how to apply default formatting to fields in Tableau. So if we start with some Superstore data, bring out, just make a simple table, year of order date, sales, and then we have this year-over-year sales growth that we'll get to. For the sales, you'll notice that normally you bring it out and the default for automatic format is just a plain number. But in this case, we're going to want it to be currency. Same with profit. So usually we could just go in, do the drop down, format, and now we can format it to currency. But if we go to another sheet and we bring in sales again, it's not going to maintain that format. So every time you bring sales into another sheet or a new sheet, you're going to have to reformat it. So to save some time, if you go to sales in the fields list and you do the drop down, you'll see this default properties. And this is where we can set the number format for all sheets for the future of sales in this workbook. So let's bring in, so we have sales, let's bring in profit. Oops. We'll do profit. Yeah, I wanted that measure value shelf. Quantity and discount. So now we have these 4 different fields and we want them all, like some of these, like quantity is going to need to be just a number, but discount, sales, and profit all need to be a currency. And while we could just do the drop down for each, it's even better if you do Command or Control if you're on Windows. You select discount, then profit, then sales. So we want all of these values to be currency. If we wanted to format quantity and orders, then we would say just those two, and then we do the default formatting for just a number. So we have these selected. Now we go to default properties, number format, currency custom, and we'll just leave it at this. So now all of these have automatically formatted. And if we open another sheet and bring them in again, you'll see that every time we bring them in, they maintain that format. And one other quick custom formatting tip. Sometimes we want to look at variances over time. So a lot of times that'll be shown as deltas. I got this just from a simple text symbol website. And this is the format we're going to want it in. So I'll copy that, say OK. Now this field, year-over-year sales growth, I have it as a saved calculated field over here. We do the drop down, default properties, number format. Now we're going to go to custom, paste that in. So this is just going to show it as numbers. And when it's negative, it's going to have that, the down triangle or delta. And then when it's positive, it'll go up. But we want this to be a percentage. So for that, we would do just a percentage at the end. And we can change this comma to a period because we're showing decimals. The comma is going to be inserted. So if you have like thousands, it's going to separate those. You say OK. Now if you mouse over, you can see we have those deltas automatically. And we could even adjust if you don't want the triangle to be right beside, or delta to be right beside the number. We just go back in and we tell it, number format, let's add a little space there. And that one, I thought that it already had a space. It did not. That's okay. That's what the back button is for. So yeah, we'll just add a space, say OK. And yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Sometimes it's the little details that make all the difference. So there you have it, the deltas and the custom formatting. One other default formatting that I'll mention is that if we have, we'll go back to our table. If we change this from a table to like a heat map, so we'll do a square, we'll put measure values, do command, drag that on. Okay, so now these are the whole cell is being colored. So this has to be a continuous value in order for the entire cell to be filled with that color if you're doing the square method. So now we have this, but I don't want it to be blue. And if I'm trying to display this in several different tables across worksheets for different dashboards of the same dashboard, I don't want to have to redo the color scale over and over. So we do measure values, use separate legends, because I don't want to compare these to each other. I just want to compare them within the same column. And this isn't required for when you're, wanting to set that default formatting. I just wanted to throw that in there. So now if we go back to sales, do the drop down, default properties again, go to color, and let's say, I want it to be like orange, blue, diverging. So now we say, okay. Now every time I bring sales in and I have this heat map, it'll default to this color. So yeah, thank you for watching.